Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Returning Powers podcast. This is, of course, the ATWW chairman, broadcaster, podcaster, and commentator, all things ATWW I am involved with. This is JP, the boss man, Justin Powers, and we are here finally, the return of my absolute favorite podcast, even better than Joe Rogan Experience, better than any podcast in the world right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Powers Podcast. And honestly, what a way to come back with an absolute bang. April 21st, ATWW begins once again. It all begins again. The world is watching closely, and this is going to be very exciting to call on April. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we have, of course, the Powers Podcast, the Returning Powers Podcast. I think this would be technically season 3, episode 1. So here we are. Today, we have a very special guest with us. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an ATWW OG and Hall of Famer. People may even consider him to be, right now, the greatest of all time with every single character. He is a former 4-time ATWW World Champion, the first ever 2-time, 3-time, and 4-time ATWW Champion for that matter. A 4th double champion ever in the ATWW history, and of course a man who has been alongside me since 2K19. He holds the longest undefeated streak in ATWW history right now in 13-0, and of course he has a lot of slammies under his belt as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the New York City representative, the GM of ATWW, Ron. Ronathon, my friend, how are you?
What's good, buddy? What's good?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Not much, kicking it back, happy to be the GM again instead of some crazy ass Punisher. But
yeah, well, let's hope that if we bring back the channel, there won't be some weird fucking shit that goes on for 3 hours.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that. Okay.
I think we can talk about that. Really,
Oh,
I mean, that was god awful, dude. So Ron, man, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
I'm honored
April
to be here.
21st. April 21st, man. ATWW returns. Friday Night Fusion. We're coming to Ireland to kick things off for the first show, and I mean, what a show it is. Main event is going to be, of course, 2 guys that you know very well, 2 guys who were controversial as you at one point. Derek Death, of course, returning for the first time in 2 years, looking to actually have the same exact story as the man who did it first. That is, of course, the untouchable one, LJ Perry. Man, what a fight that is, Ron. Give me your thoughts on that, seriously.
Honestly, I think this is the perfect fight for the perfect comeback show, and glad that we're in Ireland because this is going to be a brawl. This is going to be a big-ass fight here, and I've never been to Ireland, so I'm glad we're going to Ireland.
Hey man, Ireland is literally the home of fighting. It is literally the home of fighting, I swear.
Shit, I consider this my second home, actually. God damn, I actually like a fight myself. But back to the match. Honestly, this is a great match to come back to. You know what I'm saying? Especially for Derek Duff. Honestly, the question is, does he still have it in him after 2 years away? And honestly, I think LJ Perry takes this one.
Yeah, honestly, I have to say the same exact thing. I mean, the experience of LJ Perry, having more experience with the game overall, and on top of that, Derek saying that he's probably not going to get the game until it's actually closer to the league. So that's even more preparation and more experience for LJ Perry in the long run. I do not know if Derek will know his actual moveset in time. I don't know what he's going to do, and I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure how he's going to compete with the kick-out system. It's going to be very complicated for him, I believe. It's going to be a fun fight, at least. But honestly, as of right now, the odds are in favor for LJ, and that's only by a slight margin. But I see LJ completely getting a landslide against Derek Duff. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I can see it, but, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to count out Derek Duff just yet. You know what I'm saying? as you said, there's obviously factors that play into this match. Obviously, with Derek waiting to get the game to a close time, but Derek could surprise a lot of people here in this return. But for the moment being, a good old saying, seeing is believing. So let's see what happens in that match with LJ. But right now, I think LJ's the clear favorite going into this one.
Yeah, conceive, believe, achieve. Honestly, yeah, man. I mean, honestly, Derek. I mean, here's the thing, man. Even though I brought him back, I don't really care about him. And I mean, this isn't just just Justin Powers. This is just me in general. This is just Jacob in general. I don't really care for Derek as a person. He's got a high ego. He seems completely fake. He brags completely about his money and his girls and just everything going on in his life. With you know most of the roster, we got like 50 members right now or 51 members. Most of them are just kids. I mean, we don't really give a shit about what he's doing right now in his life. So Derek, it took him 2 years to actually realize that he was going to have to come up to me and apologize for what he did because he wasn't going to really run shit. I mean, he didn't run shit. He had a high ego. He was the admin at the time. And I mean, you and LJ know that well. Every single admin except for Kanye Yamashita and, Briggs, Matt Sacrifice, Smoke, and Allen has not messed up. They didn't have to wait 2 years to actually get the redemption arc and shit. And Derek, man, I mean, I can never shut up about Derek. Uh, I mean, really, it's the whole situation was weird. I keep telling everyone this, and I guess it just offended him to the point where he wanted an apology from me after he left, saying, uh, I dare you to vacate my title after everything I've done for you in this league. I mean, dude, you fucking screwed yourself over. Def screwed Def. I said it before. And he did the same exact shit when I tried to get him back for 22. He just flopped. He screwed up. Not sure what was going on in his mind, but I keep telling everyone in the league, and you were there too at the time, on basically what I say. And what I always said to people is, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. And I proved to Derek, and I proved to LJ, and I proved to you, and I pretty much proved to everyone that I pretty much kick. You can count Dylan as well. I do not need you to keep my league relevant. I have nothing to do with you. I'm not the kind of guy to beg to you to come back. And I've never done that. I have never done that before. I asked people, hey, do you want to come back? Do you want to apologize and come back and stuff? But I never begged. Derek, on the other hand, he begged, man. I mean, it's crazy because, the guy's, he's 24 years old, and at that time, he was definitely one of the most childish guys on the roster. And I think that's just because of his fucking bloated ego. But it's so fucking hard to explain, but he had a high ass ego and shit. No one really cared about his life, but he kept bragging about, the dates that he's getting and the cars and the money and, some of the women that he's getting and shit. No one gives a shit about that. Seriously, Ron, no one gives a shit about that. You're here to fight in the league. Fight in the league. We don't really care much about your life. Unless, something is going on and, we have to pray for your family and shit. That's a different story. But, back to what I was saying, about Derek begging. It's just a fucking weird situation. All the guys that he insulted, and bullied and made fun with in the league, Blake Bell, Wilo, Verza, TDK, D-Smoke, just everyone. He begged them to make them talk to me about him. It's stupid. He gave Blake a paragraph for me, it took him 2 years to finally figure out that he needed to talk to me. He had to talk to me if he probably wanted to get it. He had to apologize to me, and you know me. LJ knows me. Everyone knows me. They know how I do things, Ron. But Derek, man, I'm glad at least that we patched things up. I'm glad this whole thing's over with, and we'll see if the third time is the charm for Derek, or it might be throwing the row with him to screw up. But I'm excited for the fight with LJ, and it should be a fun one. But there is a lot of questions. I mean, should he even be in the world division right now if he doesn't even have the game and he's not really practicing and he's last year before Ace, or I think when Ace won the title from LJ in the Twitch division. And I mean, that's a Twitch division competitor. Everyone knows what the Twitch division is.
Yep.
Is Derek, ready for that if he was struggling against Ace Hart? I mean, really?
Well, it has been, you know what I'm saying, it has been a while, you know what I'm saying, since Derek got stuck in the ATWW ring. I think similar questions was with me when, you know what I'm saying, I came back. If I was still, the same person in the ring. And gladly, I proved that I still had it in me, I mean, I've been, what I'm saying, as dominant as I was.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I can't still be that person. But Derek, I've seen Derek in practice matches, and I think Derek, I'm saying, is not what he used to be, but, I think it's a great account that he has enough to where I think he could take it to LJ.
Right.
Even so that I believe that he can win this match.
Yeah, it definitely should be an interesting match. And honestly, all the other fights should be very interesting too. I mean, we haven't really officially confirmed it, but, LJ, or not LJ, but RJ is defending the world championship against BTK. BTK cashing in this thing, IC championship, Alex Black. Alex Black versus who? I mean, the divisions are absolutely packed, man. Like, the IC and the All Stars, I mean, they're just absolutely fucking packed, Ron. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah.
It is definitely fucking insane on how everything is, and makes me wonder how everything is going to how good everything is going to be, because we haven't had a roster like this in a long time. We probably never had it ever. And I mean, seriously, it's insane, dude. It is actually insane. Who would even be the fucking Nets champions? I mean, like the All Stars. Tyler's holding the throne right now. He's sitting down on his throne, his newly gained throne, and he's got Maverick Matthews, who's cashing in his shit. He's got LJ. He's got Adam Crimson. He's got the ICW chairman and Endor, Josh Ford. I mean, Ron, man. I mean, this is an absolutely fucking packed division.
So, this is gonna be the division where I don't see anyone holding it for at least more than two defenses. I feel like it's gonna be either they lose it on their first defense or they lose it on their second defense. I see some people in the division getting no defense, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like no one's holding it for more than two because of how competitive this division really is, and especially with the competitors that are in that division alone.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting indeed. And I mean, the Twitch division as well. You got the Fatal 4-Way that got announced. You got DJ, Ace Hart, if he even has the game in time, Ethan Perry, and of course, a guy who you know well, Kareem Pearson. Now, Kareem, I still have high hopes for. I was wondering, this guy actually, he works with Ron, he practices with Ron, so I automatically assumed this guy could actually be, like world or IC title championship potential. I feel like he probably could have made it. Them two fights that he had, and I mean, you haven't seen them, but before the podcast started, I did name who he fought. He fought a different Derek I think Derek Eddy or some shit, and he also fought Josh Black. And I mean, that's Alpha. Alpha is fucking. He's a fucking beast. He was a fucking beast on 22. So Twitch division now. He moves down to the Twitch division, and he's got this fatal 4-way elimination match. I mean, honestly, I would like to know more about Kareem Pearson. Can you tell me how he was in 2K19 compared to 2K22?
Well, I'll say this: I feel like he's better in 19 than he was at 22.
Right.
I feel like Kareem lacks predictability. That was a huge thing in 22.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, I've obviously, like, you know what I'm saying, I sparred matches with Kareem, you know what I'm saying, especially if I've known Kareem for a long, long time. And I think, like, looking back from his progression in 19 to his progression in 22, I think he was better in 19.
Yeah.
Because Kareem has won championships, obviously, but when it comes to this being a new ball game for Kareem, we all don't start out the best way we want to, you know. We, like, some people would wish we had those amazing debuts, but that doesn't happen to everybody, and it's okay, because you know what, the worst debuts can end to the best story.
That's right. You're absolutely right about that. I mean, look at LJ Perry, for example. I mean, he got a very weird DQ win in his debut in a fight that he was losing, so there was a lot of questions, and then, he goes on to become what he is now. Hall of Famer, recovers, from all of the backlash and the drama and the controversy. And Derek can too. I mean, you did it as well. It's going to be a fun first show for ATWW, man. I can't wait to go to Ireland, really.
Same here.
Yeah. I mean, you call it a second home, but you've never been there. That's what you told me.
Yeah, I said I might call it second home just solely for the fight.
Yeah. All right. So enough about ATWW for a little bit. Let's talk about you now. Ron, the resume speaks for itself. One of the greatest resumes, some of the best accomplishments. I mean, you've pretty much done it all. Give me 1 second. We're having some technical difficulties right now.
Take your time, man.
All right. Back on track. The resume and the accomplishments speak for themselves. You've pretty much done everything. I mean, you said if you possibly come back, you said that you might go for Grand Slam status. Of course, the only person to have ever done that is, of course, Alan Ferguson. Honestly, definitely one of the greatest of all time as well. What makes you want to try and go for Grand Slam? You tried for Grand Slam. You wanted to go for Grand Slam before the whole fucking All Stars Championship win for Ferguson even happened. What made you want to make more history like that, even though you have so many accomplishments? What made you, that hungry at that time?
It was just the fact that, I may not have this undefeated streak forever, I may not have, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to just, like, be the manager and be like, oh, well, he was undefeated, but didn't win the IC, didn't win the All-Stars, didn't try to attempt to become a Grand Slam champion. Now, you know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I'm saying? I won the ATWW title 4 times. I think that's enough. And I mean, I ever been the guy to ever. I'm saying I'm willing to live with that, but there's obviously going to be a time and place where I'll be like, I want to do this before I totally call it quits because now I just want to focus on being the G. do the best I can. You know, saying at doing that job, but obviously I'm gonna have that itch, and when I have that itch, I'm gonna be determined to win the Intercontinental title, win the All Stars title. You know what I'm saying? Be one of the best.
Well, I mean, you are already one of the best, and I mean, going
Ain't
out
that
again, it must have been very irritating with the fact that you and me started up this whole Justin Powers Ron storyline and stuff, and you were beating Angel Adams' ass that entire game for that championship fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that that honestly seemed pretty shitty now. The more I think about it. If you guys run it back right now, I actually don't know who would win. To be honest.
All I know for that match is I was getting the belt. I was getting the belt. And I'm not talking about getting the title. I'm talking about like taking the belt and beating his ass.
Well, I mean, of course, you know, man, you got that All Stars Championship shit. You got the rematch clause for the tag team. You got the rematch clause for the Heartbreakers. I mean, you're pretty much set if you ever even come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Amy's gonna use it. She said she didn't say nothing about it, so I just basically done tried.
All right, so good question for you. Out of gimmick. What's up with all the sets promos?
Well,
what's up with
development? That? Development. I'll just say that development.
Development for what? You're gonna have a kid? Like what?
No, I'm kid free now. I'm kid free. Nah, but it's development for something I'm cooking up soon. It's a development for something I'm cooking up.
Something.
I think I told you about. I think I told you about a certain arc. You know what I'm saying? A certain arc I'm finna be on.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Man, so honestly, it's got to be pretty irritating for anyone, all right? Because I mean, you were that big guy for 2K19 and for 2K22 as well. I mean, you're a two-time champ in each game. I mean, hell, honestly, if we have to play our cards right, you might be a two-time champ again. I highly doubt that'll probably happen, but
yeah,
of course, that fight with RJ, man, I was anticipating that a lot.
Everyone was too.
It was going to be a good fucking fight. I mean, it was going to test RJ, and then you dropped the title again.
Yeah.
Well, not again, but I mean, this time you just voluntarily decided to drop the title. Honestly, was that? Well, I mean, it wasn't the plan all along, but I mean, some people might even say that you were, trying to avoid RJ to protect your record. What do you have to say to those people? Because I mean, it's a pretty big deal. You've had the title 4 times now, and it's irritating for anyone to never see that title fucking defended. Because I mean, Expert, for example, man. I mean, he's had 7 title reigns, and he's defended the title a total of 21 times with all his characters. That's insane. I mean, do you just see it as like a curse in a way, or what? Seriously.
I would say. I mean, it was just unfortunate. You say it's unfortunate, but to answer that RJ question, normally my plan was I was just gonna, if I win, then I was gonna end out. You know what I'm saying, retiring on top at last camera action. That was normally the plan, and then I was gonna retire out. But that happened, and then I learned that I had to face RJ. Now RJ, a person who looks up to me as some type of mentor, as his father figure in ATWW, which I find it crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see myself as that type of figure in the league, in the company. I don't think I was. I'm not saying the right words. I'm not thinking of the right words either. I wasn't scared of RJ, more so that I think because my time in the world title division was up, and I would say I was scared of him more. Like I wanted to give that division more fresh branch of opportunity, and it may not me sounding like it right. Legitimately, my attention.
Yeah, right now, it's like it's like the one with the least people in it. I mean, it's got good names. It's just barely holding up.
Yeah, and I wish it
Yeah.
wasn't like that, but
Well, listen, man. I mean, it's
can't rewrite the past.
frustrating for all of us that after that, and getting the chance to actually, for once, defend the title. I mean, it's frustrating for me, but I mean, I completely understand, and we moved on past it. We got a new champ. RJ's the champ, and I mean, seriously, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does with the title, especially on this game. A lot of people definitely have to test themselves with this new kick out. So, I mean, anything can happen. The fight can just be done at any kind of moment.
Well, it could be anyone's game at any point.
Yeah. World Championship. Of course, we got Josh Black, #1 contender and shit. And I mean, right now he doesn't have the game. He says he's planning to get the game around Easter time.
So around when
I don't know.
So around when the show is back, basically, because I think Easter is next month around that's 26.
Yeah. 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 Whew. Well, Ronafon. I mean, it's just I'm excited, man. I mean, I feel like this is the game. I feel like they have enough time to I feel like 2K has enough time to patch everything that needs to be patched, and I feel like we're going to have probably one of the best times in the league ever.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think this is about to reach its most interesting point it's ever been in the entirety of ATWW, because now, like you said, this is a whole completely new game with a different kickout system. Well, I wouldn't say different, more like a different style of that of the kickout system. I would just say that it's a different style now. So it's like not everyone is gonna.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro.
No one's gonna keep like pressing the damn A button.
I mean, we have a loaded roster right now, but I mean, there's still some more people. I mean, you remember Legendary Dunker, right?
Yeah, Drake Blackheart.
Yep, Drake Blackheart. He's probably coming back. AJ Storm is probably coming back. I talked to Dial. He says he might get the game if it's good. I mean, seriously. And we also got Corazon de la Muerte. That's even better. Corazon, man. I always liked Corazon. I think he was always good. But I don't know if he's better than one of my real favorites. I mean, for some reason, I've always loved Stereotype Freak's character.
John Wilson, Mateo Ortiz.
That's right. John Wilson.
Sorry.
Ortiz, man.
I'm sorry. I apologize that I nearly caved his head in. I'll just say that right now. I'm sorry I nearly caved his head in.
Nah, that's fine, man. That was an awesome fucking spot. You had so many spots and shit. In 19. I mean, you had some awesome shit. You had some awesome shit, bro, in fucking 22 too. But 19 was just a different fucking ball game.
It was funny.
No other 2K game compares with 2K19. 2K19 was the most fresh. It was the most competitive. It was the most fun. It was the most hardcore. I miss those days, man. I mean, I wish I can go back. I wish the servers weren't shut down and shit. I really miss that time. I think everyone does.
Especially my match with Malenko.
Yeah, Alex Malenko, man. Alex Malenko, and of course, was it Code Red or was it? I think it was Bloodbound when you fought.
What did I fight?
John Wilson.
Bloodbound, I fought John Wilson. Fight for the Throne, I fought Alex Malenko.
Yeah, I know it was Fight for the Throne. You fought Malenko. I had to be quiet for that fight.
Oh no, 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 you
What?
you was opposite of quiet because that reaction you made after I damn near killed Malenko with that fucking heel steps. I know that sound perfectly to this day.
God, the fact that that was a botched ending too.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
How did you trust each other to kick out?
We we did it. I don't think we did it. I don't think we let each other out really. Because you know what I'm saying? Because we always have each other to rely on, so it's not like we really scripted the match. We scripted the spot. The only thing we scripted was the spots. Like we didn't script. We were gonna kick out this and that.
I mean, you guys pretty much you scripted all the spots. There just wasn't an actual legitimate winner.
Yeah,
You didn't know who was actually going to win or not.
It all ended with a simple mishap, aka someone's battery's going out. Trust me, I learned about this later.
Yeah, I think it ended with a power bomb on the ladder. I think, right?
No, it was a spear. It was a spear. I hit my sig.
Oh yeah, spear. I forgot you even had a spear as a sig.
I had spear. Yeah, I had spear 3 when it wasn't broken.
I thought spear 3 was the edge one.
Yeah, that is the edge one.
Yeah, that one's kind of cheap. That was cheap, but we didn't do anything about it.
No, it was cheaper. No, it was cheaper in 22, but it wasn't bad in 19. It just became better in like 22.
Oh yeah, I mean it wasn't as bad as 19, but I mean it was still cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex Malenko, man, he was fucking amazing. Him and his partner Ace Colt. Ace Colt, if you remember, he won the Intercontinental Championship against Ferguson. And if I remember correctly,
It's the fight for the finals.
He wasn't really active. He wasn't really active at all, man. I mean, Ace Colt, he definitely would have won the world championship.
I see it.
It's crazy too, man. To think that so many people could have won the world championship if they actually just took that step up. Alex Black, for example, and I mean, he could still do that. He can be the world champion right now if he really so wanted to. Him and RJ would be an absolute war. They fought with their cruiserweights, and that was a pretty close fight, even though RJ had most control of it. Adam Crimson at the time, when he had the IC championship, he probably could have beaten Briggs. It would have been very interesting to see. I mean, who else, man? There was definitely Ace Colt, and if LJ didn't screw up, he probably could even be a former world champion. If he did not screw up, he probably could have been the world champion. He was fighting Jay Walker all the time, and he was beating him. He was beating him every single time. I know Jay Walker came back and beat Malenko after having no time to prepare and shit. But I mean, it was such an awesome fight too. It was so fast paced. I know I keep switching shit. I keep switching the conversation and topics and shit, but oh my god, there's just so much to talk about with you. Really?
Yeah, really.
The history of ATWW is unlike anything other. And it's insane to think that I made this league technically on June 28th, 2019, but started the first show around October. It's crazy to think that I have been able to really make something fun for everyone just because I wanted to give them, something to do. It's crazy to what it is now. I mean, people want to pay me to do my league and stuff. I'm like, no, man. I mean, it's never about that. It's about having fun. It was a crazy ass time, and I'm surprised that I'm still even doing this league, in all honesty.
I know there were some times where he was like, I think around January he wanted to close, he
Yeah.
wanted to end the Lights Game action.
Yeah, I mean, the servers were pissing me off.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog shit.
But man, Alex Malenko. Alex fucking Malenko, dude. That dude was an absolute killer in every way possible.
I mean,
he's doing some good stuff now. He's being like a musician for church and stuff. He's definitely living that life.
yeah.
And really, I'm hoping that he's doing good. Malenko,
Fun fact. We were supposed to do a rematch.
Really?
We was before I left. He was on break, and we was supposed to do a rematch.
Wow, that rematch would have went hard as fuck.
No, before I left though, but before I took my leave, but there was in talks for a rematch. Because I think we was going to run it back for the world title, and then that happened, and then he ended up fighting Derek, and then from what I heard, he got squashed. And that was the last I heard of Alex Malenko. When I nearly ended him because he got surgery.
Yeah.
The next day, that man went into surgery. That was when I was walking after that match.
Man, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't even think Derek and Malenko fought. I think that was a canceled match. Malenko and Derek.
Like it's I think Derek said him and Malenko fought for the title, and then he ended up squashing. But that probably was Derek's word at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but I mean Derek says some weird stuff at times. I don't know.
Wasn't he ATWW champion at one point?
What?
Wasn't he ATWW champion at one point?
Who?
Derek.
Yeah, it was ATWW champ.
Yeah. It must have been, yeah. It's just a case. It's confusing whether he fought, but I heard that he did.
I don't think Malenko has ever had a bad match with anyone. I remember his co-main event fight, first show with Sapphire, Thomas Oliver. That fight was the shit. Absolute classic. The guys just kept kicking out of everything, and at the end of the day, I don't even remember who won the fight. It was so good. There had to be a rematch, but it just never happened. He fought Sapphire as Thomas Oliver, or not Thomas Oliver, my bad, Thomas Austin. And then, I mean, what else, dude? I mean, he fought Walker. He fought you. I don't remember him fighting Derek, so I'm not even going to include that. But he fought a lot of killers, dude. I mean, he was exciting. He was so excited.
I'll always look back at my
I definitely count him as one of the best champions.
I'll always look back at match with Malenko for how you feel it. These two men wanted to prove that they were the best. You had me, who was an up and comer, who just wanted the world title just like that. He can be the man of ATWW. Whether you had Alex Malenko, who's the champion, who everybody was at his best. So when you put these two guys together, it creates a big fight feel. In a sense,
Yeah.
you have Ron, you have me, who is determined to win the world title, who is, you know what I'm saying, who is determined to be the man, who had the stride, who had the grit, who had the determination to, do all of that. And then you had Alex Malenko, who was the flag bearer of the world division at the time. And we went through hell that match. I did not escape that match. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that I knew he was going to take a piece of me, and I was going to take a piece out of him. And that night, you know what I'm saying, I proved my point, and I became world champion.
Yeah, man. In all honesty, I really see Malenko as one of the best world champions of all time. Now, if I'm looking basically on the reign, the accomplishments, the title defenses, and everything,
Yeah.
I definitely have to look at it like this. I think AJ Briggs is no doubt on the top. Number two, I feel like is the most underrated fighter of all time in ATWW. If I never beat him for the World Championship back in AEW, King Gavin's 9000s League, ATWW probably would not have been a thing or would have been majorly delayed, and I probably would have never seen any of you ever. Stereotype freak. And I know we were talking about him. John Wilson, Mateo Ortiz. I don't think he was either John Wilson or Mateo Ortiz. He wasn't even no macho either. He was a completely different character. He wasn't even Storm. He was a different character, and I beat him in a Hell in a Cell match, and of course that Hell in a Cell match was glitched. So, I mean, it was definitely weird. King Gavin's league at the time. I only had 2 matches in there, but I mean they were fucking shitty. But I won the title, and he got glitched. He got glitched because of the Hell in the Cell, so his pin was messed up. It was either a steel cage or a Hell in the Cell, but either way, his stuff was mixed up. That led me to making the league, but John Wilson, man. Former world champion. If I'm right, he had 3 title defenses in total. He defeated Drake Blackheart. He squashed Dunker. He squashed him. He defeated Corzon, who cashed in on that same match. So that's an absolute big accomplishment right there. And then he beat Ty Clover in what was probably one of the best world title fights I've ever seen. John Wilson, people don't give Stereotype Freak his credit, but John Wilson, Stereotype Freak in general, is one hell of a dude. He's done so much for ATWW, and I don't even think he even notices how much he's done anything for ATWW. I don't think he notices it. He made so much history, and honestly, I see him top 10 as one of the greatest of all times. No doubt about it. But John Wilson, man, it's crazy how that came to an end, and that loss to you just started to become a downward spiral. It sucks.
Yeah, but I felt it felt like a pattern at first. If you think about it, back at 19, I lost to Malenko. He disappeared basically. I beat John Wilson. John Wilson disappeared basically.
And you beat Briggs, so far he's disappeared.
The only person who really hasn't disappeared is Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson went on to become Grand Slam.
Briggs, that bastard.
Briggs, that bastard. I wonder what the reaction was when he found out that you vacated again.
Uh, he probably wants my head. He probably
Yeah,
wants my head
probably.
on a silver platter.
Ron Martinez. Tattoos, yes. Scars, no. Split foot,
uh, that's funny.
2,201 pounds. Nah. Race,
It was funny.
Hispanic, eyes, black, hair, black.
Fun story about that. It was supposed to be for another person. It was supposed to be for somebody else's show I was on, but I decided,
Yeah.
you know what? Because I think we were building up ideas at this point. I think all three of us were building up ideas for Running Bricks at this point. I'm like, you know what? Let me bring out. I never want to bring up the Punisher again because that gave me so like. Because it's a it's let me describe the Punisher in some sense. It's
Yeah.
when it is when I'm at my absolute worst. Is that when I'm at my absolute worst, in that all I want to do is just beat the shit out of somebody I really genuinely hate. And Briggs was that person. Briggs took me to that place that I didn't want to be in.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely insane what AJ Briggs put you through, and that is definitely one of the greatest rivalries of all time. No doubt about it. Probably the greatest rivalry of all time. You know, we done so much for that, and we just nailed it. It's just the aftermath that makes people look past it, even myself. And I mean, you know, it sucks, really. But I mean, we're just going to have to move on with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
At least, you know what I'm saying? Even though it took a lot out of me, I got to go
Yeah.
12 rounds, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the 12 rounds. I'm happy with the 12 rounds that I get on a daily consistent basis, so I'm happy. So
Yeah. Now we have RJ Kidd as our world champion. He kind of reminds me of Alex Malenko in a way. You know what I mean, dude?
yeah,
He definitely reminds me a lot like Alex Malenko. And his matches kind of prove it too. The one with Sean, the one with Infamous, the one with Angel Adams. I mean, the dude is great at what he does. I'm excited to see what he does with the world title. Um, and I don't think I've actually revealed this yet to anyone. It might be revealed after or before this gets uploaded. But Alex Black, of course, is going to be fighting Bruce Bryant. Whatever happens, if he wins a fight or loses a fight, he's going to only be fighting Bruce Bryant. Same thing goes. For Bruce Bryant. He's going to be fighting Alex Black. Bruce is the mandatory challenger for the Intercontinental Championship. He's never lost it, and not people might know it, but you know, World Championship. Bruce Bryant was supposed to fight.
Ferguson.
That's right. He was supposed to fight Ferguson. But what happened? Sorry, wrestling practice. But you know, good for him though. I could definitely say
Well,
that.
shit. I pulled a John. Well, ended up me pulling out a John Wilson that night. I hit you with a concerto, nearly killing you. My apologies for that. And winning the world title right after.
Dude, Bruce Bryant versus John Wilson would be an awesome fucking fight.
Anyone versus John Wilson would be a fucking fight.
2K19 John Wilson versus 2K19 Bruce Scarlett or Bruce Bryan or whatever the fuck you want to really call
Wait,
this
wait,
man.
wait, wait, wait. Hold on. I got you right now.
What?
2K19 John Wilson versus 2K22 AJ Briggs.
Yeah, I mean that is an ultimate underdog story right there. That is an ultimate underdog match. David versus Goliath. It's a fun fight for sure. 2K19 Derek Duff versus 2K19 LJ Perry. Seriously.
No, I would. No, if it was 2K19, I would have Derek going over.
I don't know. LJ was something else as well, man. I mean, what else we got? How about Man, Alex Black versus you.
Uh, uh, it's funny. It's funny because that's what Alex been talking about the past couple of days. Is me versus Alex Black. That's all
I mean,
That's all
honestly, I
he's been
like that
talking to me.
fight a lot. That fight is definitely something. Jay Walker versus LJ Perry. That would have been fun. Uh,
Me
what
versus LJ
else?
Perry.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been interesting to see Dylan Goody versus Ferguson as well. But that fight didn't happen. Dylan pulled some dumbass shit.
Yep.
Lied to my face. You don't lie to my face, bro.
To my face. All right, leave. Shut up.
Man. Yeah, some interesting stuff. Interesting stuff indeed. And
Like that could have happened.
you know what? I might as well go ahead and talk about this, man. Who you got for Tyler Crimson versus Maverick Matthews? Fun fight.
I believe in Maverick. I think I can see Maverick taking this one.
Yeah, I would like for Maverick to win. I wonder how both of them are on the pin system.
I feel like Maverick's unspoken about when it comes to like one of the I wouldn't say one of the best in the league, more like the more underrated ones in the league. I think if
He's definitely underrated.
If you ever have to open up a discussion, I think Maverick Matthews has to be on there.
Him and Carnage beat almost anyone in the world if it isn't for the MASH kickout system. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If 22 did not have the MASH system, I guarantee you that Maverick or Carnage could pretty much beat almost anyone in the league. That's how good they are. And the same thing could probably be said for Jordan Briggs. I mean, with this elbow and back knuckle being unbanned, I mean, who knows? We might see the same Jordan Briggs who fought Briggs the first time.
And wait, you talking about the same Jordan Briggs that got pegged? Okay, let me stop with that.
Nah, brother. No.
I'm sorry. But if you let your wife do that to you, dog, you lost your manhood. I'm sorry.
His fucking promos, dude. I can never read anything. Except for this recent one that he did because he actually spaced them out and shit, and he's not talking about dumbass shit. Oh, wait, ain't that the peg one?
No, that's like, I think 2 days ago he got pegged by his wife.
Yeah, no, LJ, dude. LJ really had this shit planned out. Dude made a whole book for kids ages 3 to 5. An elementary library book. That's how short it is, but it's long, too.
I'm curious of how Tiffany would come out. Because apparently Tiffany's supposed to be coming in to ATWW.
Oh, Tiffany is supposed to come into ATWW?
I think so. I think that's where he start. That's why Tiffany's in promos.
Yeah, he's gonna start simping again.
No.
Yep, he's gonna start simping again, dude. Ugh.
No one can outlast a 12-round couple. All right, come on now.
12-round couple. Yeah,
the 12 round.
Fuck off with that. That's actually annoying, bro. What the fuck? Go play some fucking Rumble Roses if you want 12 rounds. Fuck.
Serious.
Speaking of which, man, Rumble Roses.
Let me get old school plays. Wait, if we talk about Rumble Roses, Candy Cane, hands down.
I don't know about that, man. I might have to take on. I might take Aisha. I feel like Aisha or the fucking Cowboy Girl. Not even as the Cowboy Girl. I'm talking about like first version Rumble Roses. Definitely her. But Rumble Roses ets. I'll say Aisha. I mean, why not? But where is Rumble Roses ets? That's what I want to know.
Oh god.
Where is set?
Where's that shit at?
Where is the set? And plus, it's Japan too. I mean, they know what to do.
They know the business.
They know the business. Yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun here during the last little stages of our podcast here.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's go ahead. We're going to start off with the first game. Might be a little bit boring, but you're going to predict who the next champions are from each division, whether they are in the division now or probably going to possibly join it later. You're going to name who is going to be the next world champion, IC, All-Stars, Tag, Cruiser, Heart, everything. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. We start off with the World Division. Who is going to be the next champion? Who's going to dethrone RJ?
Well, if this motherfucker comes out of hiding like a bitch, AJ Briggs.
Okay. Intercontinental Championship. Who dethrones Alex Black this time?
I'll probably give it to. Fuck it. I'm gonna go over underdog answer here. Pluto.
Pluto. Nice. Interesting. All-Stars Championship. Who dethrones Tyler Crimson?
Probably the guy he's facing next. I think honestly, I think Tyler Crimson. Unless he could prove me wrong. He could prove me wrong. I think Tyler Crimson won his title off luck, but he could always prove me wrong.
Yeah, he really got Ferguson when he had the belt, bro. That's definitely luck. Yeah, because of the curse. Tag Team Championships. Who even defeats the Power Couple, bro?
If I stepped out, and I actually got myself a good partner. Could be me, but this could be the Chaos Hunters' time finally. This could be their time finally.
It could be.
Third time's the what? Third time's the charm now.
Third time, hopefully. Hopefully, no disconnections.
The bullshit either.
Yeah, no bullshit either. Cruiserweight Championship. Who defeats D-Smoke?
I could see Humanimal getting the title back.
Right.
Because I know he's locked in some type of container next to Mortiz, who is actually a bitch, but you know. Well, I miss Baxter though. I wonder what Baxter's doing right now.
Baxter? Oh man, I thought you were going to drop Baxter.
No, think about it. So we need someone to carry on the comedy scene. I don't know.
Okay. Heartbreakers Championship. Bragafa. Who beats Bragafa?
Maybe someone's lurking in the shadows. I don't know, but if she doesn't want to, saying come out of the shadows after those 12 rounds, but
yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Well, she doesn't. Well, she doesn't want to finish. She finishes. She wants to finish the 12 rounds, then probably. But right now, I think I see Mortiz doing it. She's being bracket level 4. She's probably going to do it again.
All right, Twitch Championship. Currently, the title is vacated. Who wins the Fatal 4-Way? I'm pretty sure you said Ethan.
I see Ethan winning this of everyone that's in that match. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta believe in Cream.
Yeah, it can definitely cause a turn, especially with it being elimination. Now, a big question here. Who do you think is going to win the next UFC event? Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya 2. Who takes that?
Oh, I may not watch UFC, but I'm gonna shoot with Israel.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Pereira again, bro. He's got it 3-0 against Izzy, bro. 3-0. Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot about this fight too. Matt Holloway and Arnold Allen. That is an awesome fight too. Sergey Pavlovich and Curtis Blades, Armin Sarukian and Renato Moicano, Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. All fun fights. Fuck. Woo! All right. We're going to play our Nets game, and kudos to Stone Cold for doing this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but rapid fire, my friend.
Ah, shit. I know this game. Yep.
Yeah. Rapid fire. I'm going to ask you a question. As soon as possible, first thing on your mind, you say something about it. All right?
Okay. All right, no problem.
All right. Let's see how we do. I might as well go ahead and get a timer here. I'm going to put it on... I think I'm going to put it at... I think I'll do 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes is good. All right. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm charging my attack. Boom. All right. Let me see here. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. We start in 3, 2, 1. Now, favorite ATWW superstar.
OJ Perry.
Favorite WWE superstar.
John Cena.
Greatest wrestler of all time.
John Cena.
Okay. Favorite food.
Chicken.
Favorite kind of meat. Oh god.
Fried chicken.
Okay. Favorite YouTuber.
Don't have one.
Best anime right now.
Don't have one.
Best version of Mario Party.
9.
The most intimidating superstar of all time.
ATWW or WWE?
ATWW. Let's do
Briggs.
ATWW.
Briggs.
Now, what about WWE?
Roman Reigns.
Greatest fighting game of all time.
Oh,
Ooh.
fuck. Mortal Kombat.
Best kind of music.
Hard rock.
Favorite song.
Overburdened by Disturbed.
Greatest actor.
Jim Carrey.
Best board game.
Fuck. I don't know.
Best video game.
Left 4 Dead 2.
Most disrespectful superstar in WWE ever.
Of all time?
Of all time.
The Rock.
Best commentator of all time. Any commentator you want.
Underrated one? Matt Striker.
Okay. Best UFC fight.
I don't watch that. I don't watch UFC like that much.
All right. Favorite UFC fighter.
Favorite? I don't have a favorite. Shit. I want UFC. I want to watch UFC. Damn it.
Okay, we got 30 seconds. Your favorite kind of dish. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I don't got.
Yeah. Favorite restaurant.
Oh, Golden Crow.
Best fast food joint.
McDonald's.
Worst song of all time.
Let It Go by Frozen.
And that is 3 minutes. 3 minute rapid fire. Damn.
Even though I ain't answering the most rapid fire answer, but you don't say that. So, fuck it.
Oh man, yeah. That was a good first time for me. I've never done that before. I probably should have said best Dragon Ball game or some shit. I repeated the same question like 3 times on on accident, bro. Oh man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up with Do I want to do something else? Honestly, I don't know.
What is it?
Well, I was trying to figure out if I really wanted. You know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and do it.
All right.
The final thing that we're going to do here is what I'm just going to go ahead and call behind the gimmick. All right? We're going to call this behind the gimmick. You are going to give us the origin and the story on how Ron was created and really what motivated you to do this character and to possibly stick with it as well. And honestly, we just really want to hear the story of Ron. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this time as our final section here of the interview, and I'll let you go ahead and take it away, man. What is Ron behind the gimmick, behind the character? Give us the story of Ron.
Well, first things first, I had created Ron around SVR 2010.
Right.
I created him around SVR 2010. I just instantly thought he was my main guy. You know, because so I basically just gave him my first name. And
I mean, he just basically popped out for you, right?
Yeah, he just basically popped out, and I stuck with him. Stuck with him like SVR 10 or now basically. But his backstory, he was basically he loved he was a big wrestling guy growing up. You know what I'm saying? He loved wrestling. He wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And obviously, the road to being a wrestler was tough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And even he had to do indies for around 10 years to finally gain some opportunity, you know. But a major crisis happened in his. I wouldn't say major crisis, but something happened in his life to the point where he was at a dark place. That's what helped formate the Punisher.
Yep.
And honestly, anytime when anytime Ron's the Punisher, it's never. You just know when the dude's going through something. That just shows, dude. But he's been able to overcome that time because there's always a point where someone's vulnerable. There's always a point in your life where you're at your most weakest, you're at your most vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
you're at your worst in your life. Everybody goes through it. No matter how perfect you are, you always go through that type of time.
absolutely.
But he's able to overcome that. Ron was able to overcome that. You know what I'm saying? He's able to win titles, and ATWW was presented. Ron thought this was an opportunity to be one of the best, if not the best, and he proved that.
I think he achieved his goal. Yeah, you've always made Ron every single wrestling game that you got.
I actually started playing wrestling games around SVR 2008. I didn't create Ron until like SVR 2010. So he was never. So it wasn't like.
2008 was such a good game too.
Honestly, I don't think it wasn't that good. Well, comparing to 07, it was just bad.
Well, I mean, I can
see they took out so many good things.
Gameplay was slow and stuff. I mainly enjoyed it because of the 24/7 mode. Plus all the moments that you could do. It was good, I think, but it was slow. I have to say that.
Yeah. Then you know what I'm saying, like, then obviously he met Amy.
And what happened there? What moments happened there? Did they have sex on the spot, 12 rounds?
No, but it was
I'm just joking.
Actually, Amy's one of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, Amy's one of the two reasons why Ron still goes to this day.
Yeah.
She's one of the key parts of his shitty life, basically. Made the indie show back in New York back in 2020, you know what I'm saying? And then shit happened from there. They did split at a time. They did split because, Ron still was fighting those demons. But he overcame them, and they came back together. And honestly, they're better. They're better than ever, actually, because, you know what I'm saying, Ron just basically changed.
Well, that is definitely interesting indeed. That is Ron behind the character, behind the gimmick. That is the origin of Ron, and well, that is the actual creation of Ron and inspiration too. Well, I think it's time that we wrap up here. Ron, is there anything that you want to say to anyone that is going to be watching this podcast as we go ahead and close out here? Is there anything that you would like to say?
I like to say thanks to a couple of people. First off, to good old LJ Perry. I know you're watching this, and I know you're going to troll me with those vacation jokes, but there's going to be a time where we finally are going to face off. Because you're one of the only actual people I would step out of this GM chair to go fight.
Is there any sponsors or any socials that you want to go ahead and shout out as well?
I will say sponsors. I know I'll be killed for this if I don't sponsor it. Go support Bang Energy. Yeah. I don't want Ferguson to kill me after this. Like, that's our sponsor, damn it. But I'll go sponsor Bang Energy. I'll also go sponsor Gatorade. I've always been a huge Gatorade guy, so especially Fruit Punch. Fruit Punch is the best flavor. Do not come at me with any other flavor. Fruit Punch is the best.
Man, I gotta disagree with you there, man. Lemon lime, glacier blue as well. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bitch.
Well,
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, woo, man, I think it's been an hour now since we started. Yeah, this is a very good stopping point. Ron, thank you so much for joining us here on the Powers Podcast, man. I'm glad to be bringing this back, and hopefully we will see you soon for some more people, and who knows who's next. I'm very excited to know, but until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ron, of course. Thank you so much for joining, and this is Justin Powers signing off. Thank you so much for joining us on the return of the Powers Podcast. We will see you next time. Yeah, see you later, Amy.
12 rounds.
Goodbye, everybody.